how he got there.
One last thing before we get started discussing individual countries. You used the phrase "build the Intermarium," and maybe it'd be a good idea to qualify what you mean by "build the Intermarium." You had said in your Intermarium video that it is primarily a defensive alliance.
Yeah, well, we don't have that yet.
Yeah.
We don't have that yet.
A defensive alliance against whom?
Well, first of all, against Russia, because Russia will continue to be a threat. And considering that the percentage of militant Muslims in the Russian military is approaching 50%,
yes.
It will exceed 50% within 5 years. Russia will always be a problem. Either it will be a Duginist style of problem like it is today, or will be an Islamic style of problem, but it will be a problem. Now, our best hope is for us to be so well defended that they don't even try anything nasty, and then they'll solve their own issues because Russia is going to have a civil war.
Okay, clear. Defend against Russia. What else?
It depends on how things will evolve in Turkey. For now, things don't look good. And that's a little bit of a concern for me.
Possibly buffer against Ottoman influence, Neo-Ottoman influence.
Yeah, possibly.
Also, is it a cultural bulwark against the self-destruction of the West?
It should be, but again, it will depend quite a lot on how things will go in the former Western Bloc, particularly anything west from Poland. If things continue on this direction, sometimes I jokingly say that we might need a Western Wall on the Intermarium. For now, it's a joke, but if things really go the way they are now, within 40 years, well, we might have to pick up the shovels. Because, and I always say this in the Romanian language podcast, I don't think I ever said it on the English language channel, but one of my biggest fears is immigration from the former Western Bloc of progressives, of militant progressives. I'm not joking.
Yeah, people...
In my hometown, in Cluj-Napoca, the biggest cultural Marxist agitation is by a Soros-funded NGO led by a Norwegian guy. I regard that individual as far, far more dangerous for both Romania and the Intermarium in general than the 100 Syrian Muslims who may or may not be refugees. And I mean, the worst thing those guys can do is to kill 50 people and maybe rape 100 women. Sure, that's horrible, but they're not going to destroy the country. That guy will. That guy has the power, the shekels, and the influence and the will to undermine our societies and destroy stuff. So that's why I'm not joking when I say that my biggest fear, even bigger than Islam, is immigration from the former Western Bloc into the Intermarium, because those people come with their ideas. Same thing is happening now in the United States with Californians migrating to Texas.
Texas, Austin. Yeah. We lost Austin.
And I've seen a guy with a T-shirt saying "Don't California my Texas," which is funny. Which is funny, but it's also sad when you think about it that it's actually happening. That's something that I would not like to see in Europe.
So defensive alliance for sure. I think everyone has the general sense that we're fighting for our sort of cultural survival, because we feel like much of the West has been taught to become ashamed of their culture and are actively destroying it. Anything besides that? I think that's most of it, right? That's like 90%. Maybe economic free trade zone.
Yeah.
That doesn't appear.